Hey, good people, welcome back to Freedom with Frida. In case you're new here, hi, my name is Fridah Nguku, and this is the best place for you. So, subscribe and join the family. Thank you for those who tuned in to season 1, episode 1 and 2, and this is season 1, episode 3 of Memes Not Memes. And I am enjoying this season. I swear I'm enjoying this whole thing because I am like, Kenyans are really, really creative. So let's get on today's memes, not memes. So meme number 1. There's one, or should I put it here? So this guy says, someone comes to you in a wedding, and this is a Kenyan thing. Anakuja, and then they tell you, mwenye suti amesema utoke kwa jua. Like, have you ever borrowed something from someone, and it could be outfit, it could be a shoe, it could be a car, but the whole time you borrowed this thing, you're so uncomfortable because wherever this guy is, either a choma, he's saying bad things about you, or he's just looking at you and he's just ensuring that all the moves you're making are the right moves. So like this guy just borrowed a suit to attend a wedding. And now kumewaka jua, wherever he's seated, the sun is there, and this guy is telling him, ametuma beshte yake, mbuye naambia ujamaa manzi atoe kwa jua, anachoma suti yangu. So he comes and tells you, mwenye suti amesema utoke kwa jua. You can imagine how uncomfortable this guy is. And this just tells us, and if there's one thing I hate is borrowing. Actually, I hate borrowing, because even you as a person who has people's things, you know, that footy, that shoe, there's just a way you feel uncomfortable the whole time, and then you feel like you need to worship this person. You feel like you need to be so nice to them, you need to bembeleza them, like the whole time you just feel like you're supposed to act a certain way, which is very wrong. Like, if you've given me your suit, please just let me have it in peace. If you've given me your car, don't be calling me every minute. Wewe uko? Nimesikia sijui unaendesha sijui na speed gani. I mean, seriously, if you trust me with your things, then trust that I'm gonna bring it back well and safe, right? But I mean, Kenyans, that's what we do. We give people things and then we are left speaking about them to our friends and saying how badly they treated, how badly they misuse our stuff. Mtu amekuomba gas juu gali meisha. And the whole night, the whole 1 hour ameitumia, you're like, huyu anapika nini? So that is what that meme really reminded me. Meme number 2 is, unapiga luku, and this happened to me some time back. Unapiga luku ukienda kutokea mwende na mbogi, unasikia umeulizwa, boss, kwani wendi? Have you ever dressed so smartly, umepiga luku manzi, unakaa vizuri, and then just when you left the house, ukifika hapo nje, mtu anakuuliza, boss, hujava? It's so annoying. It's so freaking annoying. Alright, meme number 3. Other people in the morning, okotu yoga. Breathe in, breathe out. Now then there's you, first hour in the morning, you're on Instagram, your Facebook. Let me tell you guys, social media can really ruin your life. Social media can take a lot of your money. Yeah. You know, the moment something is taking your time, it's taking your money. And I've learned that if you wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is open Instagram, I can assure you you're not going to be there for 5 minutes. Even if you're as disciplined as what. You get there, especially your Edgar follower. You wake up and you realize that's when everything is out there. People are just giving stories. Or you get on Facebook, or maybe you decided now to take your phone and maybe update something on WhatsApp. You find people's status and you start reading, and before you know it's an hour, 2 hours. Man, social media can waste your time. Like, and especially if you do it in the morning, my goodness. If there's a way you can avoid picking your phone in the morning, please do. Like, just wake up and go look for breakfast, wake up and go to the gym, wake up and just read a book. Unfortunately, nowadays I'm doing ebooks, so I find myself reading it on my phone. But the good thing is my bedroom doesn't have Wi-Fi. So when I get there, I ensure I do not, the word is do not, check Instagram. And if anything, I don't have Wi-Fi. So hakuna kitu takuwa imeingia, you know, before I slept. So I mean, social media can waste your time. Like, literally, social media can waste your time. So be very careful when you wake up and get on social media. The other one is unatoa sadaka ya thao halafu treasurer anasema toto offering ni 500. People are stealing offerings, guys. And this takes me back to high school. I was in Chicago Girls in Embu, and I remember Embu County. And I remember there's this lady, she used to be, unajua wale wasichana mkiwa shule hao ndio watu wa Mungu. Wao ndio wa kwanza huko kwa kwaya, kwenda kupanga altar, inaitwa altar hao ndio wa kwanza sijui kuosha sijui nini, kwenda church kuosha on Saturday. Kwaya yeye ndio ako. Kumbe this chick, now she's the one who used to take offering after it's been offered. She'll take the chondo and go with it to go backstage. When you're naendanga huko backstage. Kumbe this chick used to steal. Imagine she used to steal 500 every Sunday. Like 500 every. Do you know that's a lot of money as a student? Because even our canteen didn't sell anything. They only used to sell glucose. Oh, and soda. Imagine they used to sell soda. Na venye si tulikuwa broke people. Anyway, this lady used to steal 500 every single Sunday. So when I read this, it reminded me of that lady. Then at some point, some lady caught her and, akaletwa mbele, and she actually confessed that I steal money every Sunday. So unatoa sadaka ya 1,000. You know very well I gave 1,000 bob. And then the treasurer says that sadaka ilikuwa 500. You're like, first of all, I'm not the only one that offered here. So when you say a 500, it means you've not only stolen my 500, but you've stolen almost 10K out there. Anyway, next one is my work alarm went off while I was still ordering drinks at the counter at the bar. Let me tell you guys, there are guys who are kona nguvu huko nje. There are guys who literally go out there and drink until 6 in the morning, until 7 in the morning. Yani wanatolewa kwa club, the club yoshwe in preparation for the next day, and then they go to work, if assuming it was Thursday, now Friday, or maybe they work on Saturday. Oh, planes. So they go to work, and then after work they don't even go home again. Wanapitia kwa ile club. Like, where do you guys get the energy? Because me, by the way, the much I can take is 3 cedars and I'm good. Like, or Amarola. Like, why are you getting the guts to be in the club till morning? I think that guilt of being in the club till morning will eat me up. Like, I'll have guilt the whole day. It will eat me up the whole of the week. And I can imagine how you work. If you're going to work after a whole alarm inalia ya kuamka ukiwa kwa club. So that means you either get to work late or utoke tu ukienda to job. That means unanuka pombe huko. Anyway, next one is this one. I used to use this thing. Rich kids watadhani tulikuwa tuna worship idols. I don't know why they drew a cat onto this container here. Like, tea from this thing was like Jameson. Let me tell you guys, tea from this container was sweet. It was like, wow, mine was yellow. Then we used to say in Ukambani, mine was yellow in color. So it's yellow or green. I think my sister's was green. But man, without this container, you felt like you're missing something in life. We used to carry either tea or water there. Or maybe you take tea, once you're done with tea, unaeka maji. And then we used to hang it here. Unaeka kamba hapa, unahang hapa. So that kakati, that kapusi, I don't know why they made, but this company must have made money, because I think every young girl then had money. So that reminded me of those old days, and reminded me of people who have not gone through the struggles of life, and when they see things now, they're like, what is happening here? Like, do you know there are people who never really went through shida? Like, they grew up, money was there, they didn't have a problem. So they don't understand. Like, their school, where they went to school, tea was provided there. They didn't have to carry water was provided there. Us, we got Nakbeba hadi kuni. Like, we're in two very different worlds. And nowadays you meet and you're able to speak, you're able to communicate, you're able to converse, and you find you're even doing better than them. Like, you could be doing better than them, or they could be doing better than you. You people are just doing amazing. And that tells me about life, that it is not where you're coming from, it matters where you're going. So don't really worry about where you're coming from. It's really about where you're going and what you're doing about where you're going. Alafu, this one resonated with me because it happened to me. Ukiwa CBD halafu usikie niaje bro. Phone check, bag check, everything check, ignorance activate, proceed. Like the way stealing and what do I call it, scam has happened in town, guys. I lost 500 bob when I was in my internship. I was very new in Nairobi and I lost 500 bob with this karate people who throw those cards. I see Terrence do that and I'm like, do you know these guys actually conned me? So they threw that card, and me and Micah Goodheart decided to go and pick the card and give it to them, and that's how they ended up taking my money. So in town, this tells us more about Nairobi. It's a way of saying be very careful in Nairobi, because where you're just walking and someone is like, niaje bro, ama hey sis, kuna simu hapa, simu ni 500 tu, unapata simu, kumbe it's not even a phone. Or you're walking and then you're like, niaje bro, anniversary showers inakuanga wapi? Hey, me by there, don't answer. I won't lie to you. I do not answer to people. If you want to ask, go and ask soldiers. Because even me, when I'm stuck, I either Google, nowadays there's Google Map, thank God, or I will just ask a soldier. Because soldiers have they can't steal from you. They are there, they are working there, so they know you can always trust them back. So either they will misdirect you, that's the worst they can do, or they will give you good direction, or they tell you, I hapo manze is pajui. You know, other than them stealing from you or doing. So hata unite unless unite Fridah nisikie ni msuma there na nijua, but be hi girl, no, we're not talking. When you're sitting with your squad during exams and the invigilator says, oh yeah, you bring your writing materials and come and sit in the front. Ndio mlikuwa mmeplan vile huyu ataivia hizi questions za, do I remember anything in campus, my goodness, acting. We ataivia stories za acting, ama tuseme now I did computer, we ataivia spreadsheet, huyu ataivia web design. So tukipata question ya web design, huyu ndiye ameivia. So you can imagine there's web design, there's spreadsheet, there's the other one who's doing whatever it is, and then all of you are seated on the same space. So you know, ukipata question ya web design, you go like, Fridah. And then now the Fridah has moved to the front, and then only to realize the web design questions are more, or even they're the only questions. Hata kuna spreadsheet. Like, why do they have to move us really? Because Akiha campus, people steal exams. And something funny about the brain is, if you're wired to think, you might be knowing what the question is, but the fact that you knew Fridah would gonna answer that, it somehow just evaporates. It just doesn't come to your mind anymore. You try to think, you try to come up with an answer, and nothing works. Like zero. So the moment your mind tells you the person who was supposed to give you this solution is gone, I guess it just goes with your brain too. So campus life, man, campus life. Then this one is my mom. Your mom pretending to be asleep and she keeps sending you all over the house. Na umeosha mabati? Aki, my mom, if I look at my little sisters and I'm like, you people have no idea the kind of a woman that raised us. You know, at some point, our moms just relaxed and they matured up. Not matured up, they just changed. I would say they just changed. They were not as strict as they were. But me and my sister, hey. And nowadays I see my mom, ati sisangu mdogo anamwambia kitu na ananyamaza mwa anaangalia, na I'm like, guy, life changes. Life really changes, because my mom would, kelele alikuwa anaanzia kwa gate. Like, you know, our house is here and then straight is our gate. It like that path or to the gate. Alikuwa anaanzia huko. Fridah, alikuwa anaitwa Mukami. Mukami, ino inakuwa mgodare. Hizi ni mbuzi naona ziko kwa shamba. Yaani hamjafungia kuku. Hii ni kijiko. Yaani, and then there's always something. There was always something she could talk about or complain about. And even when she gets to the house, she'll sit there. Amjamaliza kupika? Umefungia kuku? Umefunga mlango na chini? Maji ya kuoga mmeniwekea bath? Like my mom. Well, me and look at her. We go home and mom cooks for us. Anaenda huko nje anaosha vyombo. Ama mnalala hadi saa 4. Sleep up to 10 a.m. with my mom in the house. My friend, it was not even imaginable. Like how? Nowadays I see my sisters, they wake up whatever time they feel like, and I'm like, I mean, now mulifika. The last one is, if someone is looking at your phone in a matatu. This happened to me. If someone is looking at your phone in your matatu, just put on your front camera. So sometimes you sit down, you're chatting. Like for me, this is what happened. I was coming from town. We had a day where we had moshene with a friend of mine. We were supposed to piga moshene vizuri. Then I got busy the whole day. So nikamwambia, tufanye hivi, acha tu chat. So unaingia kwa mati, unaingia kwa mati, you can't wait to sit because one, it's Nairobi, so it's a whole journey. It's gonna take you, the jam in Nairobi is gonna take you hours. You're thinking, these hours I'm gonna use them chatting. So I sit down, and the guy sitting next to me, it was a very sensitive issue. We were discussing about men. Women do this a lot. We do this a lot. So we were talking about men, me and my girlfriend on chat, and this guy next to me was literally enjoying, I think he was enjoying the chat more than I was, because he's reading both my story and the other chick's story, so he's even more curious because he's trying to connect. For me, I know the story, the other chick knows the story, so we know what you're talking about. But for him, he's just enjoying the fact that it's curiosity. I don't know what these girls are talking about and the things they're saying here. So what I did is I did not turn off the front camera because it was in the evening, and I actually did not come into my mind. But what I did is I texted my friend, hey, kuna kimtu kimekaa hapa naona tu kinasoma messages zangu. And the guy just laughed. He laughed, and I think he felt ashamed, and he just continued. He decided not to read again. And you know how that is tempting. Like, you've been reading something, and then now you can't read. It's so tempting. Like, you just feel like, chungulie. But that's like, why are you reading my messages? What is wrong with you? Focus on yourself. Do you? Why are you reading my messages? But anyway, let me hear in the comment section below what's that meme that got you and thinking about life, or got you laughing, or got you thinking about experiences you've had, right? Thank you so much for staying up until now. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Stay positive, stay focused, and see you on my next video. Bye.